Sup, Buzznet? In reference to the podcast. Why do I always want to sing that?
Because you're special.
I am. I'm Amanda.
I'm Heather.
It's Murder Monday.
Time to hear about a murder that I don't know what it is this week.
It's actually not an actual murder, but there's an attempted murder charge. You know any celebrities with an attempted murder charge? He's really famous.
Is this somebody that I know?
Oh, yeah.
Not personally, but...
No, but, oh, yeah.
Murder charge.
Attempted.
Alleged.
No.
I noticed you should tell me I'm going to kick myself.
Yeah. Alright, so before I start, I used Wikipedia, todayifoundout.com, Lakeland Ledger from April 6th, 1986. Help you at all?
No.
Okay. The article was rap singer Marky Mark settles broken jaw suit. And then the last one that I used was Erbo.com.
So, yeah, I wouldn't have guessed Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg was born on June 5th, 1971 in Dorchester, which is in Boston.
I kind of figured.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure our listeners knew. Gosh, this isn't all about you, Heather. It's about Mark Wahlberg. He is the youngest of 9, which...
Did not know that either. I knew there was a few of them, but I didn't know there was many.
Yeah, 9. His parents divorced in 1982, and Mark then shared his time between his two parents. He was raised Roman Catholic. However, like most good Catholic boys, by age 13 he was addicted to cocaine.
Jesus.
He dropped out of school and never received his high school diploma until June 2013. At age 14, he did what other good Christian boys do and joined a gang. You know, I mean, what else are you going to do in Boston? And edit that out, Amanda. Okay, so he was in trouble with the law around 20 to 25 times for dealing drugs and other various offenses. In August 1986, a civil lawsuit was filed again. I just typed filed again Wahlberg. Against Wahlberg for violating the civil rights of 3 black children in June of 1986. In June, him and some friends chased the other children, yelling, "Kill the bad word," and then began throwing rocks at them. Because, you know, in 1986, that's what you do, I guess. That's awful. But the civil lawsuit was settled in September of 1986, and there were no more details. And then, as we were cooking inside of our moms on on April 8th, 1988, he got into more trouble. So, on April 8th, Tang Lam, a Vietnamese adult male, left his car carrying 2 cases of beer, which, good for you, because I can't carry 2 cases of beer. As he crossed the sidewalk, Mark attacked him. He was carrying a large stick that was 5 feet long and 3 inches thick. And yes, I spelled thick.
With 2 C's?
Yeah. Mark approached the man yelling that he was a, quote, Vietnam fucking shit, end quote. Then hit him over the head. Tang was treated overnight at Boston City Hospital. When police arrived and tried to approach Mark, he and 2 other boys that were with him fled. So a couple blocks away, Ha Trin, which I think is how you say that. I looked it up and found different pronunciations. So I hope that's right. Sorry if it's not. But he was standing a couple blocks away, and Mark approached him and put his arm around him, saying, "Police coming, let me hide." After a cruiser passed them, Mark punched the man in the eye, causing him to fall to the ground. He then identified Wahlberg to the police, and Mark was arrested and read his rights. At this time, Mark Wahlberg, being the piece of shit he was.
Was this before the New Kids on the Block?
This was during, I think.
During.
Yes. But he wasn't a part of New Kids on the Block.
Oh, it was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah. Donnie was New Kids on the Block.
That's right.
Before he started making out with his wife on TV.
Oh, he's still in it. They still tour.
Yeah, but this was all before then. Okay, so at the time of being arrested, Mark Wahlberg started making unsolicited racial statements, which, in my opinion...
All of them are?
Yeah, all of them are unsolicited, so that's great. And for these attacks, Mark was initially charged with attempted murder. However, this was reduced to criminal contempt, which carried... I can tell I did this in a hurry because I said, which carried a 10-year max sentence. It carried a 10-year max sentence. He pled guilty and was sentenced to 2 years at the Deer Island House of Corrections in Boston. Go ahead, take a great old guess on how much time he served.
How many years was he supposed to do?
He could serve up to 10.
Probably not even one.
45 days.
So not even 2 months.
Fucking 45
Was it due to
days.
overcrowding like every other celebrity?
I don't know. It didn't say. Well, he wasn't a celebrity at the time.
Oh, he wasn't in the Funky Bunch yet?
No. Don't worry, we talk about them.
Because I'm sure that came back to bite him in the ass when he got famous.
Oh, there's a little bit more that comes back to bite him. So, Mark says that in prison, he decided to change his life around. He said that when he began his life of crime, he always had a voice in his head telling him he would end up in jail.
No shit.
Exactly. I literally wrote, like, duh. 3 of his brothers had been to jail, and his sister had gone to prison, quote, so many times he lost count, end quote. So, his turnaround happened when he reached out to his priest for guidance and support, and then he left the gang he was a part of. But, if you think that's where Marky Mark's crime ends, you're wrong. When he was... I did this while at work, too, so... Anyway, when he was 21, he repeatedly and viciously kicked Robert Crahan in the face and jaw while a friend held the man down. This resulted in Robert's jaw being broken and a claimed decrease in learning ability. He avoided criminal charges by settling a civil lawsuit where the amount of money paid was not disclosed. Mark's attorney claimed this fight happened when a man with Crahan yelled a racial slur at his friend who was black. The charges against Mark's friends were also dismissed as a result of the civil lawsuit being settled because Crahan stated he was satisfied with the settlement. But, don't worry, he got into some more trouble. Because he also had a fight with Madonna's entourage. Which he claims Madonna still owes him an apology for.
Yeah, you can probably keep hoping for that, because that's never going to happen.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she has better things to do.
Yeah. Then he had another problematic instance when he was quoted saying of Flight 93, if I was on the plane with my kids, it wouldn't have went down like it did. There would have been a lot of blood in that first class cabin, and then me saying, okay, we're going to land somewhere safely. Don't worry. He was supposed to be on Flight 93, but his friends and he decided that they would privately charter a plane to Canada for a film festival before returning to Los Angeles.
Why would he... Where did Flight 93... Did it leave from Boston?
I think it... maybe. I don't remember where it left from. I just know where it crashed.
That's also, like, how arrogant that you can land a fucking plane.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people had an issue with it because it was known that, like, the Flight 93 passengers did try and fight.
Yeah.
So.
Like, there's multiple documentaries on it.
Yeah. More recently, he's told his oldest daughter, so he has an older daughter who's like 14, or at least she was at the time of me reading this. Or at the time of the article.
I was going to say, I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah, no, at the time of the article, she was 14. I don't remember when the article was written. But his oldest daughter has told him she was going to marry... I'm sorry, this just makes me laugh. That she was going to marry Justin Bieber, to which Mark Wahlberg responded, "Over both of your dead bodies, I'll just go back to jail."
Jesus. Although, I get it.
Yeah. This was the article, this was the article. Mark Wahlberg claims he will end up back in jail if this happened to his daughter. So, I just had to include that because I thought it was a little funny.
Well, he's already married, so he doesn't have to worry about that now.
I know. But they just postponed their wedding again. I know they're legally married, but, like, they're going to have...
Like, wedding.
Yeah. They just postponed
He looks
it.
like a homeless man anyway. With his, like, ratty, like, weird stringy hair.
Alright, so... Mr. Problematic also... had an issue in November 2014 because he asked for a full and unconditional pardon of his prior convictions. Of course, this was met with backlash. One of the children he threw rocks at, Kristen Atwood, said a racist will always be a racist. Judith Bales, the Massachusetts Assistant Attorney General who pursued the civil lawsuit, published an editorial in opposition to the pardon, saying he's never acknowledged the racial nature of his crimes. So, in September 2016, his petition was closed after he failed to answer a request from the pardon board, and he said he regretted pursuing the pardon. So basically, because he was getting bad press, he was like, JK.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah. And that's all there is on Marky Mark and his funky past. I also tried to look up their hits that I thought you might know so that I could end with a quote from one of them, but...
I honestly don't know that I know any Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch songs or New Kids on the Block.
I think you would know the Good Vibrations is one by Marky Mark, but probably not the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'm thinking the one's like, I got the good vibrations.
Yeah. So
that's not that one.
I don't remember. Sorry, I'm on my phone, and so we just got a follow notification, and it was like, Adam Levine followed you. And I was like, okay, well, I know it's not the Adam Levine. And then I wish I could bring up his picture bigger so you could see it. Anyway, it's like this old man. And he is verified on Instagram, but it's not
the Adam Levine.
Yeah. Yeah, so when I was like looking for stories to cover, I was like, oh, well, my most popular episode was Aaron Hernandez. So maybe I'll do another celebrity. And so I was like, oh, what celebrities have been indicted on murder
charges?
Murder charges.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because he's like such a wholesome type of guy now.
Yeah, and he always plays like the cop or, whatever in movies. So, was he in Two Guns? Was that him with Denzel Washington?
In what?
Two Guns.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think so.
He was in Transformers.
Yeah, that was something that it was like. It might be hard to forgive Marky Mark for some of his acting. That was one of them.
I was gonna say Daddy's Home.
That one wasn't mentioned. Yeah, that was him in Two Guns. It's a really good movie. I really like that movie. It was kind of funny, actually. Him and Denzel.
Oh, yeah, because then he's in that,
Yeah?
the one about the oil rig that catches on fire.
Sure.
Him and Dylan O'Brien are in it.
Okay. I almost said he was in The Martian, but that was not him.
Nope, that was Matt Damon.
Yep. I like The Martian. My brother did not like seeing it with us.
There's a lot of people that don't like that movie. I love it.
I thought it was funny. We thought it was funny. We are the worst people to go see a movie with.
But fun for us.
Yeah. The Giver was... That was the worst.
He's the giver. Who's the receiver?
Jonas? Where's the other brothers? I really think we were gonna get kicked out of that movie. And Colin cannot be mad at us because he was just as bad at that movie. So. Peter! Oh. Good old Dane Cook jokes. And Guardians of the Galaxy.
I still can't watch the beginning of the first one.
Peter! Why? Because
I laugh every time. One time I was like, I feel like you shouldn't be laughing. I was like, if you knew why I was laughing, you would be.
I just think that it could have been cinematic gold if she would have just... Peter! Anyway. What you got for us next time?
Next time I have the Lost Children of the Alleghenies.
Oh. Where at? Where's that take place?
Pavia?
Where?
Pavia, I think is the name of the town. It's in Bedford County.
Oh. Okay.
It's a local one.
You could have just said Bedford County.
Well, I think it's, well, I got lost going there.
Okay.
It's not hard.
So you were almost a lost child of the Alleghenies?
Oh god, I hope not.
Oh. Okay. Well, in the meantime, follow us on Instagram at In Reference To Podcast. On Twitter at In Reference To.
Shoot us an email with your scary stories or true crime stories at inreferencetopodcast@gmail.com.
And patreon.com/In Reference To. bit.ly/In Reference To Patreon will also direct you to there. But yeah. Chicka chicka yeah.